Many MPs have lost their seats in Parliament because they had never spoken in the floor of the House. But that has not been the case for Honorable Nasat Muhammad Ture, the Ayawaso East MP. This man has never said a word on the floor of the House, but has won his seat for 3 consecutive times since 2012. Let's speak to him and find out what has been his secret and what has kept him going on.
Some of you who comes to parliaments always, you know how the parliamentary procedure is. You can't just wake up and start talking. You talk when the matter arise. When there are some reasons to talk, yes, then you wake up and talk. Or most of our talking also is at the committee level. Yes, as a member of parliament since 2012, and we started working 2013 as an MP. For me, today, all I believe is to make sure I work in my community. Today, people are saying, but the MP doesn't talk, but his people, they like him. They like him because of what? Because they like me because I do the right thing. Because I'm a servant who came to work for them, to make sure I change the life of my people. Today, if you enter my constituency, it's not about just talking. Some people, you come to parliament, you see them, they make noise. But when you enter in their constituency, you won't see much project. You can't notice some changes. But today, when you come to my constituency, you can identify the number of projects that I have done in my constituency today. I'm sure that is the reason why my people continue to vote for me. My people thinks I'm the best person to lead them. So I'm sure that is the reason why.
We know that for you to be retained, it means you are doing something right, and it means that the people like you. What are some of the things you do in your constituency? I heard you attend a lot of their gatherings, whether RA, funerals, you show up all the time, you support them. But I just want to know, what are you identified for?
If you enter Nima today, if you start from, I don't know if you know Frankies, all the way from Frankies down, Nuria down, especially the Nima market. There you can see the paving blocks that before I became MP, or the whole area is muddy. When it rains, to become muddy. It takes 2 weeks. You can't even walk to that area. I remember the one pastor at the Roman church said, Saint Kizito said, today, because of the good work that I did there, before when it rained and their members are coming to church, from the station, before they got to the church, they have to put water there. People have to wash their legs, people have to wash their shoes before they enter church. But today, the whole area is paved, it's clean. So from the Nima market, going to the Ashama station, when you enter there, you see the difference. You come to the hot coffee, even before I was born, especially when it rains, you can't walk there. You can't pass there. Even cars cannot enter and connect to Kanda Highway. So I did the project from Hot Coffee all the way to Kanda Highway. And there was a mosque that closed the road from Kanda Highway. I was able to negotiate with the owner of the mosque. And I demolished the mosque and then opened up the road and then put up a new mosque there for them. And from the same area, there is another drain work that I did. All the way is going to connect to the main Kaukudi drain. So the project is there. So when you go to downside, I don't know if you know Nima, downside there is a bridge. It's called Naza Bridge. They named the bridge after me. So when you go there, you see the bridge there. When I came, I said, so if we can put up a bridge here, so it will be easier for us to connect to Newtown Timber Market. So I started like joke. Today it becomes the major road, major bridge that will link you from my constituency to Newtown Timber Market. So, and then I said, oh, so why not we brought the idea of Operation Cement all your lungus, all the lungus. So today, thank God, at least we haven't finished all, but at least we were able to cement almost about 70% done. When you enter all the corners, you can see my handwork, my idea. When you go to Kanda, Ruga, I don't know if you know Ruga. You know Ruga? Yes. When you go to Ruga, you see the new public toilet that I'm putting up there. It is my project. The Operation Cement Yolungu, we extended it to Ruga. So when you go to Islamic Training Institute, the one on the Kanda Highway, initially before it's open. Yes, I came and said, oh, why? We can fence. Why can't we fence it? So we fence it. I put up another project in there. So today, the place is safe for the kids, my brothers, my sisters, that we do. So it's also part of the achievement. And then education. Also, I'm sure this is you can see the one I just paid for some people. I think about 4 of them, 10,000. One of them is 800. Yeah, I just pay for some of the students. So these are so we make sure when it comes to education too, we do at least. We can't do everything, but we make sure we support the youth to go to school. So when it comes to education, especially when the kids are writing the wasi, we make sure we support them with the math sets and so on. Sometimes we give them books and others. So I think there is so many achievements that my people thinks I deserve to lead them. So that is why some people say, but the MP cry, he's quiet, he doesn't even talk. But why does his people like him? Yes. So they like him because it's not just you come and talk. You don't do anything in your community. You don't do anything to your people. So that alone cannot make your people to like you. They will like you for some reason.
So I think feedback? Like how do they call you? Do you have a nickname? Is there a way you mingle with them in the constituency?
Oh yes, yes, yes. For I'm always my mic, always. You know, even was it last, or was it the last Saturday? I attended funeral at Setkizito. There's a funeral there. Our our former chairman died. Sorry, former constituency secretary. I attended the funeral last 2 weeks also. One of my special assistant also lost his mother. I'm talking about when you come my relationship with the, you know, we have Christians, we have Muslims. You understand me? But we judge all to each other. So for my constituency, I'm visible. I'm always in my constituency. If I don't attend the program, I make sure I delegate my chairman to attend the program, especially outdoors, passing out, especially passing out. There are many. So funerals, any program, I make sure I deliver. Yes.
Well, that's impressive. But I want to ask you, I know it came to a breaking point for you when there was a violence in Nima in regards to some hoodlums. How did you feel about the whole thing, and what are your comments?
Yes, the issue, even though it has been resolved, we all know Nima used to, years back, people say, oh, Nima is a violent area, people this and that. Some people do things so, especially the taxi drivers, those days, years back, when you want to come to Nima, you stop taxi, they don't want to come. But today, Nima is one of the peaceful area, even though the incident that happened the other time. It has been resolved. And then some years back, about 10 years ago, we used to have the watchdog. The watchdog, they are also very, very helpful for the community. But along the line, they don't function again, they stop working. So this time we'll make sure we revive them. With the watchdog, we'll be able to dismantle all the ghettos that we have. The ghettos also, they are part of those who are creating problem. So we make sure all the ghettos have been dismantled, because some of them, they don't live in Nima, they come from far places. Because of when they come to Nima, they say they have some gate bases, some ghettos. So they come there and do some bad things and go back. So people think all those things that are happening, it is in Nima, but it is not from Nima. They are not from Nima, guys. They come and go. So we are trying to make sure this time we work on that to make sure that we won't allow you to come from far place and then come and spoil our name. So we are making sure that we stop all those things. We make sure that all the ghettos have been no more, doesn't exist anymore, so that you won't come there and get any bad things to smoke or whatever. So we are working on that.
Everything in Nima has improved, from roads to education to... How did it happen? How did it work? I know you coach for being in parliament for close to almost 12 years. You'll be in parliament for the next 12 years because how did you resolve? Did you engage people, chief imams, stakeholders, and how do you...
I do hold meetings with the chiefs, because our chiefs also, they are playing a very, very wonderful role. Our chiefs, because most of the intervention that we do in Nima, like forums, we do involve chiefs. They come and they also talk to the mothers, the parents. We do talk to them through the forum or any gathering. We make sure we give the chiefs the advantage, some little chance to talk to the parents. I think it has also played a very good role to. That's why we are seeing some level of changes in Nima, not like before. Now most of the youth today, I think, they want to go to school. So I remember before the election, I went to house. I went every house. So every house we go, I tell them, I educate them. If you have a daughter or you have a son who wants to go to school and you can't afford it, come to my office. Yes, I will support you to make sure we pay the fees for you. So all those things also, it has been so helpful. So I think most of the kids today, they want to go to school. Those who doesn't or the parents who cannot afford it, that's why we advise them, come, we will help you. Yes, because some of them, you can see that the kids want to go to school, but the parents can't afford to pay the fees. So if you are in such situation, come, we'll help you. So that is also playing a very good role for us. So I think I would say we are what? We are progressing. Inshallah, we are progressing.
We've left your constituency. We are now in Parliament. I noticed a member of the committee, part of the committee for mines and energy.
Yes.
Would you say we are in crisis, looking at our recent fuel hikes and what's going on in this country? I think I don't need to give details, but what's your take on what's happening under the Akufo-Addo-led government in terms of...
I don't need to say Akufo-Addo has failed, but everybody, Ghanaians have seen that Akufo-Addo has failed. He can't do anything. They are even confused. They don't know the direction that they are moving. They don't know. So that's why we said that they should come. I remember JM told them, John Mama told them, His Excellency John Ramama, he told them that time that you have never been there. People, you think it's easy. If it is Kufuor or then if it's a Kufuor or anybody who is a former president, you will understand the person. But you people, you have never been there. You can make noise. Today you are the vice president. Today you are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You are the president today. You are the vice president today. Akufo-Addo, you are the president today. What are we seeing today? No action, no show. Everything is standstill. Honestly, even we MPs, our common funds, third quarter, fourth quarter. Now we are almost end of the first quarter. You haven't paid. So how can the country move forward? How can we develop the nation? So I don't need to talk much. Ghanaians have seen it. That NPP government has failed Ghana. That's it.
We are currently at the Ayawaso East constituency. We want to speak to the constituent what they make of their MP silence in the chamber. Is it working on the ground, or they are worried about his silence? Join us as we speak to some of them. Ayawaso is today because of your MP. He's been in Parliament since 2012. He hasn't spoken in the floor before. But you keep voting for him. He's been there in 2012, 2016, and in 2020. We want to find out what's the secret. Why do you keep voting for him even though he's not actively speaking in Parliament?
You know, Honorable Nasser Mama Toure is somebody, he believes in action. And since he came 2012, 2013, McNather, if you go to Nima Market, he came there and he put pavement blocks. He went to the Nima Market and the Nima Medina Station, hot coffee area, all he put pavement. He went to the hospital, he provide them ambulance, He provide them generator, the big plant. He went to Nima police station. He provide them the plant. He built a general hospital in Nima. And though he didn't complete throughout, but he didn't reach some place before this government who came and completed. And education to be giving scholarship, many scholarships. And moreover, the Nima operations, Smintio, Lungu, we have done all. Before Nima, you can't pass inside Nima. But now Nima, when there's rain, there is no problem. The water is moving, flowing, you have no problem. So to talk in parliament and you don't need anything to your constituency, no, we are not talking about your graduate, no, it's action. What we have done for your community. So Nima, we believe in action. So you have done law, even the street light, all corner in Nima, all. It was McNaza. So we'll be keeping voting for him because he's doing well. So when somebody say why you don't speak in parliament, no. We see some people speaking in parliament, but if you go to their constituency, they didn't do anything to their people. So we love McNaza, we like him, and he's been doing well. So I think this is some of the things I've been telling you. I am the one, every project in Nima, all his projects, all from 1 to 8. I am the one who is supervising all. So McNaza, we love him. Even when he stands 10 times, we vote him for 10 times because he's doing well. We don't want somebody graduate to know. Just do what we will like. If you do, then we'll be voting for you.
It's not about talking in the parliament. When in your area you are doing well, that's all. So if people are saying he's not doing well at parliament, it doesn't mean he's not doing in his electoral area. He's doing well in our electoral area. He introduced me to Olungu and some many things to the assemblymen, and we use that opportunity when taking his step. So if somebody said McNaza is not speaking at the parliament, it's not about speaking at the parliament with the issue. Working in your community, that's the issue.
What are some of the projects he has done apart from the operation?
Or even when you go to our streets, he has done well to us. And normally when there's rainfall, we can't work. So McNaza came, so we saw the difference, big difference.
If he contests again, do you think he will retain him? And when can he lose his vote?
Nothing will let him lose. Nothing. Forward advice, backward Nima. I'm the assemblyman on Nima West electoral area. My name is Awule Tolo. Nothing will let him lose. Because we have voted for many people, nothing we see. But for McNaza, at least we can show 1 or 2 things on behalf of McNaza. He's not here for me, but I can show the project for him. But the many MPs who pass, who can show their project. So if they say he's not talking, we don't need his talking at the parliament. We need the effort in the electoral area.
Honorable Nasser, me, I don't call him Nasser, I call him MTN. Everywhere you go, because his name is Mohammed Turi Nasser. So I short it MTN because of the phenomenal job that he has been doing for us, the development that he brought in our community since he became the MP. First of all, Honorable Nasser is a listening leader. Listening leader to the extent when you see something at the grassroots level and you draw his attention, he will tell you, go check what do we need to get solution for it, and then you will do it. You understand? So let's make a little analysis. When you have MP that talks and speaks louder in parliament, and then it doesn't bring any development in his community, and the one that brings development in the community without talking in parliament, you yourself, which one will you choose? You go for the one who always have development in the community. One thing people don't know or have to know is everything in parliament is about whips and committee. If Honorable Nasser happened to be the vice chairman of Mines and Energy in parliament, then we should thank God that we and then be proud of our MP being the vice chairman. He has a recognition. But the fact that you don't talk in parliament, talking in parliament, we have sector of people who does it. We have the chief whip, we have the majority leader. So why then do we supposed to see our MP on television talking before we are satisfied with his being MP? Me, I'm okay with his okay, and not me alone. A lot of environs. I'm a youth advocate. I'm into the youth. I moved through the MPP, the NDC, the PNC, and even I can tell you, as a matter of fact, the MPP constituents in our constituency vote for MP because for Honorable Nasser because of his phenomenal job that he's doing. So it's a man we can trust. He promised and he deliver. You understand? He promised and he deliver. So Honorable Nasser, I think, unless he decide not to go, he is our best choice as MP, because ever since he became the MP, we've seen a lot of development compared to the previous MPs that we had in this constituency.
If he doesn't speak in parliament, it doesn't mean that he doesn't do the good work at his area. He has been doing the good work at his area. That's why he has been winning always.
So what are some of the things he has done for you people?
Especially when you come to Nima, first of all, when you pass the corners, you can see, first it was very dirty. They put bola at any place. But now, if rain falls, you can pass anywhere at any time. You are not afraid of anything.
Yes. So with this, if he stands again, is this someone you
he has the chance to win. He has the chance to win because of the good work he has been doing. That's why I say he has the chance to win.
So if you vote for him again?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, at his back. But when he doesn't do the right thing, I'll say he knows me already.
Kasa de enipa ye adwuma na on kasa eno de nkyerɛ sɛ wɔnyɛ adwuma. So na adwuma ntina ye to ma no because wo bae no nsisa aba mentemu ha ye fanse nima bebia ono wo ya yi no nsisa abem bebre because first the kwan we no na gwata down nti nipa bre ansana cars kura ntimi mfa ha but wo bae na aja na kokwa adum tu wo so na adum tu na omu yi kwan we so nti no ama bebia bebre nya hanko ha nti no obia hwɛ sɛnde na adwuma city ansana wato ama no enye ne kasa obi wo a kasa parliament bia wo nya sɛnde amanfo ye pe ama wa ya ama omo nti no eno de nkyerɛ sɛ wɔnyɛ adwuma adwuma de wo ye so bia pere mpuntu na sɛnde wono so ne mente musu be ye so nti no eno nkyerɛ sɛ bia on kasa no wo ye adwuma pa so wo boa ni pa sɛnde ni pa hu kyerwa ukɔne nkyɛn a wono so otimi tie nipa su frena wono so sɛnde kakra wo no metimi abo nipa tina no de enye wonye bad wo ho sɛ mpunto ne sɛnde wo hu nipa mo bronde eno de wonye ayikura
esa be magana parliament take win city shishini cikin zango mungani ma kowani lungu kabiduka ya se cement kowani lungu even Kanda estate duka ya kan street nan duka ya gege gyare na yin da yayi ababe da wa schools ya je schools ya bada uniforms da table and chairs da ababe da wa isa ga kasuwar mu na Nima da an ka shiga kasuwar Nima laka aka ya dare baka ka bi cikin kasuwa amma yanzu akan ga dai kasuwar Nima ka shiga kai tafiya ka kwanta ko ina maganan da kenan kenan.
Member of Parliament for Ayawaso is Honorable Alhaji Nazar Muhammad Ture did say emphatically that his silence in the House did not connote irresponsibility on the ground. We spoke to the constituents and he seems to have earned his position amongst the people and they are satisfied with his work. They shared his success story and they are very happy of what he's done so far. I am Nimatu Yakubu Atoyese reporting for GhanaWeb.
It's another exciting edition of Talk Entertainment. As usual, I am your host, Elsie. Our guest for today is a diplomat. She loves everything Ghanaian, everything music, everything culture, everything arts. Yes, don't forget, her job here in Ghana is also to promote French culture among citizens. And that is exactly what we're about to find out, as well as more and more and more in the world of entertainment. I'll introduce my guest to you shortly after this break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that quick break. Like I said earlier, we have here a diplomat who I usually describe her as someone for the people. She's liberal. She's down to earth. That's how I describe her. So, Her Excellency Anne Sophie is here with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for having us at your beautiful residence.
Thank you. Welcome. Akwaba.
Oh! And what else do you know in Ghanaian language aside Akwaba?
Mania J, Semewo, GhanaWeb.
Okay, that's a nice try. That's a nice.
For having me.
That's Chi.
That's true.
Aside Chi, which other language?
Oh, I'm already struggling with tree. But sometimes I try, because I've come to realize that you come to Ghana, so people tell you, one of the main languages is tree, so you try and learn tree, and then you go to Jamestown. It's not very far from here, right? And then people speak Ga.
Yeah.
So you go to Ho or the Volta region.
Yeah.
People speak Ewe. And then you go up in the north, and people speak Hausa.
Yeah, Dagbani,
and you go, really? How can they actually communicate?
So many languages.
So many languages. It's so I'm trying to learn a bit of Twi. But yeah, it would take me probably another 20 years posting to manage to just sort of butcher other Ghanaian languages.
Let's come to music. What were some of the sounds or Ghanaian music you heard even before coming here to Ghana?
Let me be very honest. France has very, very close links to Francophone Africa. Yeah. So the musicians that we know in France usually are from Francophone Africa. So we know this kind of music, which is exotic and some rhythms, reggae and this kind of stuff. But the language is French. So it's easy for us to relate. And Ghanaian music is very diverse. I mean, it's not just high life, it's hip hop, high life, dancehall, reggae. You guys can do absolutely everything. Afrobeat. And it's probably because of historical links. The bridge goes to the UK and the US, but really passes above France. So and when I arrived here, I discovered this music, and I thought it was American. I thought it was American artists, because the quality of the music, the quality of arrangement, the quality of the sounds was so professional. When you don't really pay attention to the language that is spoken, I thought it was American. And even when you listen to American rappers, they've got their own language, so eventually you're not even sure it's English. I thought it was American music. So then I got to adapt and meet with some artists, and I was like, but you are actually Ghanaian. I mean, what you produce, you mean you didn't record in America? It's actually Ghanaian. Yeah. And I got to I did my homework going through the several amazing artists that you have in Ghana, and I'm just blown away by the quality of what they do. And the UK, US have spotted them immediately. Quite a few artists are doing collabs in the UK, US, and they're shutting down some huge
arenas.
In the arenas. It's just very impressive. So I thought, hey, this quality of music, this professionalism, this creativity, and the youth sometimes of those artists, that tells some things about Ghana. And this somehow is a brand ambassador for Ghana. And I've got to work on that, to put Ghana on the map for France, and also use some French artists to be more known in Ghana, because you don't know many French artists, do you? And sometimes the one you will quote are actually Belgian, which is great. We like to call them French, but they're Belgian. And they sing in French. But so it's reciprocal. You don't know really French music that well. Some of it sometimes, or some songs, or some artists you don't really know, like David Guetta. Not many people know he's actually completely French. They think so. You see, when you reach a certain level of quality, you are labeled American. Yes. You see what I mean? Even if you are completely French or completely Ghanaian. So I think it's important to use that, this quality production of music, songs, sounds, the professionalism, to show and say something about Ghana and share, because that is something that speaks to people's hearts. So back to the language you speak fluently, the hearts of people's language. Then music is certainly one language that we can speak to each other.
Exactly. So, like, what artists would you look at if there's an opportunity to kind of like have a collaboration with French artists?
Oh, we've done that already. Oh, we have. We have brought 6 artists of Ghana to France to do collabs with French artists.
Who are those?
So I think it began with Kwabna.
Okay.
Who's done like 3 or 4 songs
already.
Oh
wow.
Then Gasmila, Fameye, Becca.
Wow.
Stoneboy.
Okay.
And Sarkodie.
Okay.
So it could have been many others, and actually Aquaboa just did one with the same French artist as well, no later than yesterday. But those 6 had done that during the summer last year. And so to present what they had done, we had a concert, Paris and Accra in December here, and we have a return leg for some of them in Paris in April.
Oh, wow.
So yes, of course.
That's great.
And I hope that they will seize the opportunity when they are in France, and when they went to France to record with Passy and Orti, they also met with other French artists, and they took the opportunity to show what they were doing on French radio, and to catch attention of French artists who will want to do collabs. So more French artists do more collaborations with more Ghanaian artists. But for some bizarre reasons, in the past year, many French artists have gone to France. Ghanaian artists have come to France to visit and make connections. And I know King Promise is going to perform in Paris on the 30th of April. And there's now the Ghana Music Awards that happened in Toulouse. So that is putting Ghanaian artists in France. So I just sort of opened the way a bit, and then they're very professional. They know that the moment you just open the door like this, they will just
take advantage.
Take advantage and make lots of connections. And French artists suddenly have interest in Ghanaian artists. I tried to contact Metro Gims, who's not really French actually, but he sings in French. We like to think of him as French, but he's Congolese. We contacted him to offer him to do collabs, and he said, but I really want to come and perform in Ghana. And we have this amazing Ghanaian-born artist called Cephas, who was adopted by French parents at the age of 8, who has done his life in France. He's now 20-something, and he is a star in France, sings in French, and he even was a finalist to represent France at the Eurovision song contest. So I know that very shortly he will come back to Ghana, back to the roots. He has not been back to Ghana ever since he was adopted. He's from Navrongo. So you see, we're certainly opening like a big channel between France and Ghana in the area of music, because that's a language we both love, understand, and I'm sure there's a lot to be done in that respect. Plus, if our French artists sing in French, that brings a bit of the French language here.
So, with that being said, what's the difference, like the main difference between the Ghanaian music industry and the French music industry?
Well, it's very different in terms of sound, of course. We also have rappers, but the rap is different. French rap is different. We don't have so much high life and the rhythms. We have much more variety and radio commercial kind of things, but we've also got quite a diverse production. But in terms of industry, if we go beyond the actual production, this is an industry that is very strongly supported by the French government, not being funded by the government, but there is a legal frame that really helps the French artists to thrive. Every little community, we don't really have villages, but small town, has a community center where people can learn how to sing, practice music. We have music academies everywhere. So if you have just a bit of a hint of a talent, you get a chance to, you know, practice and see where it goes. Then you have access to studios to record your first record. Then you have some contests. Then you have opportunities, many opportunities to try and show what you can do. And then if you really are good and someone notices you, then you can record a record. We are protecting French music in a way that we radios and TVs have a compulsory percentage of French productions or Francophone productions to display. So you can display as much music in your program on the radio as much as you want, provided you have 30% of Francophone music. That is to, you know, help the French music and the Francophone music to have a platform, but also to ensure that this traditional kind of language singing in French is not getting lost under the huge, you know, wave of American music. That is, of course, easier, more international. With
what you have said, I think it means French, in terms of advantages, they have got a lot of advantages as compared to the Ghanaian entertainment industry.
Yeah, but it didn't work. It didn't come overnight. You see, they had some artist unions who have advocated for that. Then we also have a very strong royalty institution that collects the money from everyone who displays music and pays the artists. And this is called SSM. It's the equivalent of GAMRO, but it's hugely efficient.
Speaking of GAMRO, what's your view on all that has happened so far? I'm sure you might have heard artists.
Yeah, people are. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
You see, I haven't dug into this thing. I can only observe that if you take someone like Chatawale or all those artists, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, and even those who have one huge hit, like Kelvin Boy was Down Flat, or, you know, I know I'm not listing them all, so I will have to apologize.
You've heard Down Flat, oh.
Of course, I'm trying to
she's modern,
I'm trying to learn the choreography.
Yeah, we'll do that, don't worry.
Yeah, no, we won't. I haven't rehearsed yet. So, such a big hit, you see. If you register that song at the SSM, and it is displayed in Europe, he will just have to sit there and wait for royalties to fall.
Yeah.
When you see the number of views on YouTube, the number of downloads on all the platforms, streams and everything, all of them should be billionaires.
Yeah.
So I'm not criticizing anything. I'm just wondering, how come are they not billionaires through just royalties, not concerts, not selling, just royalties, considering the magnitude of what they are doing, of the success that they are putting out there. So there surely is something that could be adjusted and bettered and probably strengthened so that they actually can live from their art. And the way the French system works, of course, some singers with only one hit in their entire career still live on the royalties, and their children live on the royalties. So it's true that it's cash machine for people who do real big hits or whose albums are golden records, or true. But even for small artists, if they produce one music, you know, if there are composers for one big artist, every time it is displayed, every time it is replayed, every time it is adapted, there's something back for them. So it enables a lot of people to live, and not only the big arts whose face you have on the billboards, but also all the musicians behind, the composers, the people who do the arrangements, the people who write the lyrics, if they are not the same. So in France, this industry is helping many, many people to live, because you can only be an author and just write lyrics and still live on this.
Yeah, let's take a quick break here. I know this is getting more interesting, but when we come back, we have more for you. You are watching Talkatainment here on GhanaWeb TV.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Welcome back from the break. If you just joined us, you are watching Talkatainment on GhanaWeb TV, and I'm here with the very beautiful Her Excellency Annie Sophie.
Yeah, people, aka Akosia.
But who gave you Akosia?
Some, you know, in Ghana, one of the first things people ask you is what day were you born.
Yeah.
So I said Sunday. So people say, okay, so you're Akosia.
Oh, okay.
So if I was Fanti, it would be Essie.
You know all that.
3 years and a half. I've done a bit of my homework. Really.
And when if you're an airway, what would it be?
I don't know really. Tell me. Is there a names day as well for the airways?
I think it's the same, but we say Akosia.
Akosia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say Akosia, but the airways say Akosia.
I don't really hear the difference. Akosia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Akosia.
Yeah. So Akosia. So what are your experiences so far? What memorable Ghanaian culture gestures have you received so far during your stay here?
Well, I wanted from the very beginning when I arrived to go to as many places as possible to have a broader vision of Ghana. So I went to the Volta region where there is a village called Fume. Near Vane.
Vane.
You probably know that in this area there's a large family whose name is Ave, which is also my last name. So I was quite curious to go and see and meet these people who have the same name as mine and see if we could have any connections. And we're still digging to try and find if we do, but it was quite interesting because I've always wondered where my name came from, right? Ave means the bird in Spanish, but I'm not sure it comes from there. It means hi, hello, Ave Maria.
Yeah.
And then now I also know that means forest in Ewe.
Yeah.
So I can have a multi...
Ave
could be a multi origin, I don't know. So when I went to the Volta region, in this village, it was Easter ceremonies. And I had this very, very emotional moment when they played the French national anthem on the middle of the mountains. And that was so emotional. You don't expect that. Can you imagine? You're in a foreign country, in the surroundings that you completely discover, that is completely new to you, and people in your honor play the Ghanaian anthem. That is wow.
You feel a sense of welcoming.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely, it's just undescribable. And that was my very first amazing encounter with Ghanaian culture. So they had a display of dances, traditional dances, and so I thought, wow. And I realized that all the dances meant something. It was actually telling a story.
So moving away from that, I see a touch of Ghana in most of your article of clothing, most of it. How do you select these outfits?
Oh, well, do you know, that tells a lot about the French fashion. People tend to think that the French elegance that we like to display is about French designers. But truth is that the way we French like to dress is a pick and mix of many international designers. So if you go to France, to the Champs-Élysées, to the Rue du Faubourg Saint-Honoré, to those streets where you have many, many shops of luxury fashion, but also if you go to shops that have more medium accessible fashion, the ones I go to be honest.
Are you sure those are the ones you go to?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can't afford the
Louis Vuitton.
No, I can't. Absolutely, no. And honestly, I'm just checking. No, I can't.
Oh, but that's where Ghanaian celebrities shop.
Yeah,
most of them.
When they can afford it, why not? I mean, and I'm glad because it's French. So thank God some people can actually buy from them, but I can't afford it. So, but I love it. I think I once treated myself with a handbag that I had saved money for years before I could actually buy it.
From which store? Which of the stores?
From Louis Vuitton. So I'm very happy I've got one handbag or maybe two out of them. But you see, on a daily basis, you're gonna dress in Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
And so the French elegance and the French way of dressing is about picking and mixing things from different designers and trying to create a look that will suit you, considering your shape and that at my age I can't wear everything. There are stuff that, you know, too short dresses really not anymore. So of course, looking at the Ghanaian fashion, there are things that make me look good and that I feel comfortable in. So this is very French to picking and mixing, including African pattern, African design.
But do you have suppliers for your Ghanaian wear, or you buy them yourself when you go out?
Oh, I go out myself. I like to choose myself, you know. So, you know, I have to try things on. So either I have tailors who come here and they take measurements, or but they are always Ghanaian, or some shops like, of course, the brands like J. Garte or Christy Brown. But I like to go to the shops so I can try things on, because they may look beautiful on a beautiful model, but then when they are made, it's not so good. So, okay, I go for something else. So, yeah, I love choosing myself.
In terms of fashion, what do you think the French will accept from Ghanaian fashion designers?
Well, first of all, you must take your Ghanaian designers to France to show what you can do. It's not wrapping people in a wax. It's well cut, well designed dresses or outfits that the French would love. Every time I had French visitors here, they go back with some Ghanaian designers' outfit because they think it's something you can actually wear in France. It's not exotic. It is the shape of it is something you can actually wear. And you see, when you, especially business women or women who are working, usually it's very tough to find something that is both classical and serious and yet a bit of original.
Yeah.
We don't want to dress like suits and tie, really, like men. So we want to have something that looks serious but still has something
casual.
Yes. Yeah. So what I would immediately wear is a jacket like this, but the interior would be with an African print. Yeah. Or African design. So yeah, Sekbi, for instance, has put together a collection with the what do you call that? I can't remember. It's from Mali. I forgot what the pattern is. It's a specific pattern, and it's absolutely beautiful. Bogolan, of course. But you know, the shape of the jacket is just very European, very Western. But then in the inside, there's this little pattern or a detail that really makes a difference.
Finally, do you think we are promoting our African made in Ghana goods well enough?
Not enough. I think you're shy. I think you're a bit shy, and I think the first step is to be conscious that what you do, be it in music, in fashion, in arts, in paintings, in photography, it is worth being displayed in Europe. So that's the first step. Say, oh, is what I'm doing that good and good enough to be displayed in Europe? The answer is yes. The second thing is, how do I do it? And I think the only way is to join forces. What you do here, like Taste of Ghana in December, you must transport that in France and in Europe. But you also have to blend with, with other music. So I don't like the idea of like a ghetto where you put all that Ghana displays and then people come and just see like they're going to see what Ghana does. It's important to promote, use brand ambassadors. So have musical collaborations with people and people say, wow, and so they are Ghanaians and you didn't know. Like you didn't know that David Guetta was French. Having designers who will be on the runway of the Paris fashion show. And people say, wow, who's that young designer? Who are those beautiful things? Well, they're Ghanaian. So,